I can't believe this. We are live for a whole 10 seconds. Okay, I'm a little bit distracted, so let me cut this off. I thought it would be nice to have some ambient music, but it's distracting. So we are live, and I don't know what I was expecting. I thought I must have been expecting it to be like virtual school where you can see people, other people. No, all I see is myself. So what I wanted to talk about today, I had planned on making a video about this. Here we go again, me being totally off topic. But I had planned on making a video about narcissism, and how we're getting this all wrong, like completely wrong. Now, to give you a little bit of background to help you understand it, I'm not just some kook, crazy person that only knows about skates, that teaches PE, that thinks she can talk about any subject. Okay, I'm not a doctor, but I do have a doctoral education, and in fact, I have a education that exceeds that of a doctoral education, but I do not have a doctorate degree. I did not have a doctorate degree conferred to me, but I'm not stupid. So I have a doctoral education, doctoral training. I think like a doctor. I'm very much into research. This is why I deep dive into the subjects that I get into, because I want to know what I know about them. So I've been having some issues in my personal life that has caused me to take a deep dive into narcissism. So this is what I've been doing on my little hiatus from making my skating videos. And I've become very familiar and acquainted with Dr. Romney and all things narcissist and narcissism. But something about learning about that it did not click with me. And I was like, why? I had to figure out why. So, of course, I went back to the root of this whole term. So, apparently, it's used as some type of diagnostic term. In the field of psychology. So it's defined as someone who has an excessive need for admiration and lacks empathy for others. Narcissism can range from normal to abnormal, and some psychologists believe that a moderate amount is healthy. However, narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, is a mental illness where the tendencies become pathological and lead to impairment. Many people with narcissism, no, I'm just saying, personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, people are arrogant, cocky, manipulative, demanding, resistant to changing their behavior, even when it causes problems, being extremely sensitive to criticism, disagreements, perceived slights. They believe they are superior to others and can only spend time with equally special people, expect special favors, and expect others to do what they want without questioning them. They take advantage of others to get what they want. So they say a qualified expert can diagnose NPD through clinical exam. If you're in a relationship with someone who you suspect has narcissistic tendencies, you can try establishing boundaries and emotionally distancing yourself. Okay, past all that, this is, what we can look up and find about that. But my problem with this is it's a misnomer. Like, we are assigning the wrong name to this behavior. Now, going back to where this name came from, which is mythology, the story of Narcissus does not suggest that he was any of those things. Now, some people may disagree, but I really don't know how. Narcissus, there's several versions of the story. I believe at least 4. 2 of them involve other people that I think those characteristics would more be more closely associated with those two other people as opposed to him. So if you don't know the story, I'm going to give you like the quick and dirty of it. Narcissus was a young, beautiful hunter, super skilled at what he did. He, in one of the versions, there was a man. I don't know why I can't remember his name for the life of me. And I've written it down. I've looked it up. I'm not going to look it up now. It'll come to me. But I can't remember his name. But the man was attracted to him and made an advance at him. And he rejected him. One version says he gave the man a sword or whatever and told him to kill himself. And I guess he ended up doing that. But Narcissus, at some point in the story, looks into a pond or a body of water, sees his reflection, stares at it to the point that he dies and becomes this beautiful daffodil called the Narcissus flower. In another version of the story, Narcissus is, once again, the beautiful young hunter male, and he's approached by a nymph, which is a female. Her name is Echo. Hey, Jeremy. Oh my God, this is hey. So we're talking about narcissists and things narcissistic. Because I want to clear this up. I feel like it's just a misnomer out there. And if we continue down this path, we're going to all get confused. Thanks. Okay, so you're with me. So I'm telling the stories of the different versions of the narcissist story. So in the story that we're on now, we're talking about the one where he's approached by a female. So the female is a nymph called Echo. And so Echo has been cursed by Hera, who is Zeus's wife. And Zeus is like the top god in mythology. And she's been cursed by her because she was out, Zeus was out cheating. And while he was out cheating, Echo was distracting Hera, so she didn't notice. And so Hera ended up cursing her with only the ability to repeat what she's heard. So she approaches Narcissus and she wants his love and affection, and he's not feeling her. And so then he gets labeled the bad guy, I guess, for not feeling her. So along the way, he sees his image in a pool of water, becomes infatuated, stays there, turns into a flower, and that's that story. So the reason why I mention this is because in both of those interpretations or versions of the story, he didn't do anything wrong, and it would not accept. He didn't do anything wrong. He simply rejected the advances of someone he did not want to be with. And I don't see where that's so arrogant and that's so wrong. So, like we know, Dr. Romani is the expert on this. And oftentimes she says that the narcissist does not have the ability to self-reflect, when that's essentially his whole story. He gets caught up in his self-reflection. He's not harming anybody. He's not manipulating anyone. He's staring at himself. He's become self-aware. He's into self-reflection such that he turns into a flower. Like, what's so horrible about that? So I think that the narcissistic behaviors or attributes we're giving to these people are more akin to what the Echo character, and I cannot remember the male character's name. Like I said, I think it's a mental block on purpose that I can't remember his name. Because, like, you're awfully arrogant to think that you should be able to hook up with the most beautiful young man who is the most skilled hunter, and you can't even talk for yourself. That was Echo's problem. Or the guy's problem. Like, if he wasn't gay, he wasn't gay. So for you to think that you're just going to attach yourself to him seems awfully arrogant. And I think it's lacking empathy also, because if you were him, would you want to be with a man or be with a woman? And I hate to say this, but in my mind, I keep thinking it's a disabled woman. she was disabled. She could not speak. She could only say what she was hearing other people say. So she was disabled, and it was at her own fault because she was doing something wrong that ended up making her cursed. So this was the video that I intended to make today. I learned today that I could go live, which is something I've been wanting to do. I guess I just hadn't tried. And so now I've tried and we did it. Thank you for giving me a like. I don't really know what else to say because that's all I had to say today. I feel like we are running away with this narcissist thing and we're using the wrong name. Essentially, the people who are behaving like this are simply abusers. They're abusers. They're manipulators. They're abusers. And I do not think that we should assign the name of narcissist to them because Narcissus, all he did was become self-aware, self-reflect, and reject the advances of people he didn't want to be with. And there's nothing wrong with that. So that's the lesson for today. I want to live stream again. This is super fun. Like I said, when I decided to do it, I thought when the camera came on, I would see little faces on the other side, but it's okay. But thank you, Jeremy. I really appreciate you clicking on this. So I'm Sean on Skates. I started reviewing skates during the pandemic, and that's basically what my channel has been about, with a few off-topic videos. And, you know, people are just more than one dimension. So we're looking at that thing. Whatever interests me, that's basically what I deep dive into and find out about. So I'm not much of a talker for real, but when I have something to say, I say it. Like some of the people that I like to watch, when they do lives, they'll do them for hours on end. I'm not there yet. I'm just not there yet. So I think we're going to end it here. I've said all that I can think or need to say. And thank you so much. I appreciate it.